Plaintiff Brittany Lang dated the defendant for 2 years, and she says things were good until the defendant became controlling and insecure. Brittany claims the defendant was constantly going through her cell phone, and eventually the relationship turned violent. Brittany's suing her ex-boyfriend for half the cost of a dog and furniture payments. Defendant Trinell Ursery admits that he felt uneasy about Brittany hanging out with other men, but insists it was only because he found out that she was still hanging out with a man whom she used to have sex with. Trinell says that he owes for a portion of the lawsuit, but not the amount Brittany's suing for.
All right, ma'am, you're suing your ex-boyfriend for $938 because he's a dog, an unpaid loan and furniture payment. Is that right?
Well, not because he's the dog. I wouldn't say that about Trinell.
That's what this says.
No, I'm suing for my dog.
Oh, for your dog. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. All right, go ahead.
Well, me and Trinell dated for about 2 years. Our relationship started off pretty good, but after a while, Trinell was really insecure and he was controlling. And it just got to the point where our relationship kind of got on the bad side and got a little heated with a little pushing and shoving. And
whose part?
Trinell.
Okay.
That's not true, Yana. Basically, we would get into situations and, she might come off like she's an angel, but if it was any pushing and shoving being done, it was going to be between both of us.
What's that pen? Is that a crescent?
Yes.
You remember the nation?
Yes.
I know they don't play that.
Right, exactly. But during that time,
minister and tell him you over here being accused.
During that time, I wasn't part of the nation, so not saying that anything goes, but
Go ahead, ma'am.
Trinell is a pretty big guy, and Trinell would use force upon me, and that was one of our main problems. He used force upon me to make me do things. If he didn't want me to go out, it was an argument between us. And if the arguments started, he'd close the door and lock the door and no, we have to talk this out. When I'm telling him I'm the type of person I need to walk and let it go through my mind, let it process. But no, you have to talk to me now. And if I leave, he said he calling my phone back to back.
That's not true because half the time we would never get to resolve the situation. And that's why every time we did get back together, it was just stuff that was swept under the rug. It never got resolved or anything. And that was one of the main reasons I'm like, let's talk about it instead of keep sweeping it under the rug.
No, Trinell wants to keep repeating the same thing over and over.
Rehashing.
About the same insecurities. An example, I have one of my male close friends, Trinell, accused me of cheating with him. Now I
had him where?
No, I had a friend,
Oh.
But for one, it was a friend that she had sex with.
It
was a close friend.
It was not.
Where is he getting that from?
It was my best friend that I knew for 4 years.
Oh, that's a different guy.
Different guy?
Yeah, she had another friend. This was a friend that she said it was a friend. But I found out, she later told me that she had sex with the friend before we and her got together. So I had a problem with her.
Lying about the nature of his.
Right, and then one time.
No, I never lied about him.
Yes,
First of all, you were being nosy and you called him and he told you.
Right.
Me and him were friends way before me and you.
He never told me they had sex. What happened was.
We gotta get to the dog and the loan in a minute, but this is kind of interesting. Go ahead. We gotta get to the dog and the loan in a minute, but this is kind of interesting. Go ahead.
What happened was, I come to her house. We had an argument one time, so I was to pick her up at her house or something. And so I get to her house. She's on the computer at her house on the phone, but you know how somebody's on the phone and it's that low talk she doing that.
I was not.
She's sitting at the computer.
I was not. You just always want to know who I'm talking to.
So the whole time. So I'm knowing just by the vibe of everything and how she hung up the phone and everything, normally when she talking on the phone, it's one of her girlfriends. It's, hey,
I don't get to talk on the phone because you don't want me on the phone when I'm with them. When I'm with you. That time,
that's not true either. But that time she on the phone yeah. So I would know. I'm like, so who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Why you your demeanor changed when you talking to this person? She lied to me about him. Every time I did go through her phone, it was any type of insecurity problems I was having with her phone, I found out it was something she was hiding
or
she lied about.
Your suspicion was correct.
He had a problem going through my phone. When we first met, Your Honor, When we first
Then
met,
he
it
said
was 3
everything he
weeks.
suspected of you, he found out to be true.
That was not true, Your Honor. 3 weeks into the relationship, he went through my phone. I have a lot of male cousins, a lot of male friends. And I told him when I first met him, I let go a lot of my male friends. Now, the guy he's talking about, that's been one of my closest friends since 2000. Me and him, you know, we did date in the beginning, and it wasn't like he made it seem like I cheated on him or something. Me and him dated in the beginning. It didn't work out. It did not work out between us, and we became friends. Trinell never asked me if I dated him. I told him that was one of my male friends. He has a girlfriend. I told Trinell that. I said he has a girlfriend, and me and my best friend.
Okay, let's get to the dog you're suing about and the loan.
Okay. I had a dog. Her name was Zoe. I have her papers. I don't know if you want them now. But if you look on the third page, the last page, it would say the owner's name, Lang. That's my name. And I asked Trinell. Me and Trinell were dating at the time when he got Zoe. Me and him went in on Zoe together. So Zoe was really clingy underneath me. And when me and Trinell broke up, my aunt was watching her for me. But I couldn't see her because my aunt lived in Dalton, Illinois. I live on the west side of Chicago. So it's hard for me to get to her. So Zoe started acting up. So me and Trinell had broken up. We had broken up for maybe like 2 months. Trinell offered to watch her as a friend. I loaned him money. I loaned him money when we were friends. And Zoe, he was watching Zoe for me. That's where the loan comes in. I loaned Trinell $400.
When?
That was in June.
For what?
Because Trinell lost his job. He needed money for his rent, and he also needed money to get his license fixed.
And was this the same time which he had the dog?
Yes.
All right. And how does he owe you for the dog?
Because Trinell wanted me and him to get back together, but I told him me and him were just friends, and I was moving on.
I heard all that. I won't need to hear anything else about your relationship.
Okay.
Dog.
He got mad when I told him that he gave Zoe away to his aunt.
Okay. The furniture payments?
Well, I co-signed for him to get furniture because he had bad credit. And Trinell, when we broke up in February, he stopped paying them.
How much?
I paid a total of $338.
All right. Sir, what do you say about this? The dog, the loan, and the furniture.
What happened was, you know, we were going through problems. She thought I was insecure. And but the reason was because every time I went through her phone, it was a guy come up. If it wasn't one guy, it was another.
You've already told me all that.
But
the dog.
Right. But what happened?
Who owned the dog?
We owned the dog. I gave it to her as a birthday gift. It was a birthday gift.
Well, she owned the dog.
She owned the dog.
It wasn't
right.
no we.
But she
After
said
you
she
handed
paid
it
for
to her, it was she, not we.
It was her dog. Right. But we were staying together. That was the whole
Whatever.
part.
It was still her dog.
Right.
What'd you do with the dog, by the way?
I gave it away.
Why?
Because she basically moved out. We were staying together. She basically stayed every night there. She had all the clothes.
She never
there.
came back for her dog?
She never came back for the dog.
Never asked for the dog?
She texted me once after I already gave the dog. Now, I've been trying to call her.
Unpaid loan? Tell me about that.
It was $300. She gave me $400. I paid her $100 back.
Okay.
The furniture, she lying about the furniture. For one, what she did was she paid him $338 at one point, right?
I have a receipt though.
Let me have your receipt. What do you have you want to play?
This is a voicemail of him telling me he's going to pay me my money back. Then Trinell's problem was why he kept holding the money from me is because he wanted us to have dinner together. And I kept telling him I just needed my money.
Let me hear. All right, ma'am. He agrees today that he owes something. He agrees that he still owes $300 on the loan, and he's mistaken about the dog. He thinks that because he bought it and gave it to you, that somehow you all share ownership. A gift is non-retractable, sir. When you give something to someone, it's theirs, regardless of whether the dog stayed or lived or what have you. I will grant you your judgment, ma'am.
Your Honor, can I say
no,
one
ma'am.
thing?
838 is your judgment. Nothing you've given me reflects 338.
I have the bank statements,
ma'am,
though.
you gave me this receipt saying it was on here, and it's not. Have a good day. I'm giving you what I've told you I'm giving you.
Thank you.
838. Have a good day.
I still love her. You know, I just hope for the best for her. Hope everything go well for her in life. I mean, I don't have no hard feelings.
I hope Trinell gets better in his ways. So I'm happy that this is over. We can go both go our separate ways.